What is up, Tomboy Official? I can't really sleep, so I just decided to record. My my voice is a little scratchy. Got a little cough, probably because I was smoking a little weed and drinking some water. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. But I can't sleep, so I'm just gonna record a little bit. So I wanted to update you guys about that digital marketing um recruitment situation. I got I heard back um Tuesday Tuesday, February 13th. Um then I kinda wanna talk about just the situation, why I think I'm awake. Um just because I'm a little bit, I don't know if annoyed is the right word. Just kind of milling over some stuff. Nothing too intense or serious. But okay. So let us see. Um yeah, and it is technically Valentine's Day. So let's talk a little bit about that too. So, um so yeah, things are going okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're going bad. My energy sounds low because it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and this is probably not the ideal time to record. But I don't know what time I'm actually gonna fall asleep or what time I'll wake up. I doubt I'm gonna be up at 6 in the morning, and that's usually when I have time and space to kind of record. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be up later, and my mom's gonna be up early, so I don't really want to stay up. I don't really want to try and record tomorrow. I mean, I might record when I wake up later on in the day. Uh, if I have any holiday special significant things to say, and if I kind of get out of the house more and it's nice weather and I feel like just kind of sitting out recording somewhere, I might. So let's just jump into it. Um, so I heard back this afternoon. I don't know what time it was. Maybe evening. Maybe evening I checked my email. I think maybe it was like 2 p.m. or something. 2 or 3 p.m. I think. I don't know. But I've been checking almost every day. So if you remember, you know, I talked to a recruiter, reached out to me um about a position, and um we set up a call. We finished the call. I sent in some submissions, some writing samples, and that was the previous Friday. This last Friday it was due, but I submitted it on Thursday, and now Tuesday is when I heard back, and they basically mentioned that they went with a different candidate, but if I would like to stay in contact for any future opportunities, to let them know. Now that can just be a courtesy, but they didn't also have to say that. They could have just said we chose somebody else. So they said, as far as my experience, as far as my um, credentials, they felt it was impressive. And I'm kind of like, okay, but what about my work? So I responded, thanks. And yes, you know, keep in contact if there are future opportunities. And I didn't say it exactly in those words. It was a lot nicer. And then, I was interested in seeing if I could get any kind of feedback on my writing. Um, about specific skills in SEO, best practices, any other type of feedback that they felt could be relevant for digital marketing type tasks. I'm hoping they won't give me some weird, like, we don't get feedback or whatever, or that they'll just ignore it. I would like feedback, you know. Any kind of feedback is review worthy. Um, I mean, when you're writing and doing work for people, you want reviews on your work. So I want reviews on my work. Um, I don't think it was bad. My friend kind of stepped in and helped and thought it was pretty good. And it was very helpful to get my friend's feedback as well. Some of it I took, some of it I didn't. Um, but yeah, like, ultimately, I feel good about the process. This might be the end of the line for that kind of lead. It might be, um, I don't know. It might just be another point of contact and a potential opportunity for the near future rather than the future in a long, long distance away. I don't know. Only time will tell. But I've kind of done all I can. Um, if they can give a lot of feedback, I would probably ask them, if you want me to do any freelance work, let me know. you know, you don't have to hire me on full time. You can just send me assignments and I will submit them for payment, of course. Um, and I would be willing to negotiate a pretty tasty rate. Um, I mean, I'm not like desperate to like be working for them, but you know, I don't know, lead's a lead. Once you got your foot in the door and they've got your samples and you feel like it might be a good fit, I feel like might as well. If they're gonna keep talking to me until they say no, I kind of will keep on. So that's just kind of how I am with things. I try not to be obnoxious. I keep it professional, but I don't see anything wrong with offering freelance support. Um, it's the type of field where pretty much anything goes. They need content. I make content. I don't see anything wrong with that. So, um, especially if they say in their feedback that they like what I submitted, then there's even more leverage to be like, well, if you like it, there's more where that came from. But okay, so um okay, so I said I wanted to talk about kind of why I'm up, why I think I'm up. Um, so I've been trying to plan to get down to San Diego. I've got quite a few friends I want to see, one of which is moving to another country. So I told my friends, I was like, okay, mid-February, let me try to get back to you and let you know kind of what my options are. And I decided, I could drive out to the Amtrak station near Angel Stadium and take the Amtrak down to San Diego. It's like a 2-hour ride one way, and then take it back same day. And I was telling one of my friends this. I don't know why I thought to tell her. I know she lives kind of like in the Orange County region or nearby. And usually when I'm going to be in someone's neighborhood, I kind of let them know. I don't know if I was consciously letting her know because I was going to be near her. I think I was just kind of speaking to the fact that, rental cars through Kite or through the roof, they're like $85 or something for the cheapest one. Whereas before it was like 50 to $60, maybe $40 on a good day. So I was like, wow, it's almost double. And I think I was mostly just like complaining about how expensive it is to travel now. Because I was like, okay, I want to go down to San Diego, but I don't want to bus out of Long Beach. And I don't want to drive this car, and I don't want to stay overnight. So I guess the next best option is to get the Amtrak, but not out of downtown, to get it out of Orange County. And it saves me that extra hour getting up to downtown, or a little less than an hour getting up to downtown, which is like a $40-$50 Uber, and then maybe even more sometimes, and then coming all the way back down. It saves me that extra time, and that extra hour. It's like an extra hour of time saved. And it's almost equivalent to the amount of time it would take to drive by car. Because the Amtrak is 2 hours, but it's going to take me probably like 40, 50 minutes or so to get to like Anaheim area, depending on the day and time. I would prefer to leave like a Sunday morning, not too early, unless somebody wants to do brunch, and then get a ticket out later, like the last train out. Then I'd have my car in Orange County and then just drive back. It would be a long day, but you know, I'm only really driving about 40, 50 minutes, um, which isn't that long, especially when there's not a lot of traffic. It's not that bad. It would be worth it to make that trip. So I don't do a lot of same day trips, but I mean, I would be really saving energy on uh what do you call it? I'd be saving energy on myself driving same day. Like I'd be driving a little bit, but like about more more than half, less than half of the time. Like it uh during the Rona, it took about 2 hours to get to and from. That's when there was like zero traffic. Like during those times when like nobody was on the road, it usually takes me about 2.5 to 2 hours 45 to get there. And so I feel like other than the buffer of trying to get somewhere like maybe 20 minutes early, um, to make sure that I'm not late and miss the train altogether, um, that's really not that much of a difference in time. And most of it is not going to be driven by me. And so, even though it's a weird route, it might be better. And it seems a lot more cost efficient. Like, you know, I think round trip tickets are like 50 something bucks versus, going out of Long Beach or going out of downtown. I could take a bus out of Long Beach, but that's at least 3 hours, one way. And so just thinking like time wise, it takes 30, 40 minutes to get down to Long Beach, then it's like 3 hours if there's no traffic because the bus still stops. And then, I think one time it took like 4.5 hours to get down there. It's like I can't do that and come back the same day and spend a fortune in Ubers. If I'm not gonna have a car with me, that doesn't make any sense. So I think the most cost efficient and time efficient way is really gonna be uh the Amtrak out of near Angel Stadium. It's like across the freeway from Angel Stadium. The station is, anyways. So I'll probably do that. Um, um, but I don't know. I was telling my friend about that and kind of about like I was texting and kind of about um how Uber Eats pay is crap, and I kind of sent a screenshot of my Super Bowl Sunday driving and how much I actually made or didn't make. Just kind of being like, man, everything's gone up, you know. Um, just trying to plan. And just a little background, this friend, I've kind of told myself, set some boundaries, call in the daytime, try and talk in the afternoon or before like 3 or 4 p.m. Because usually they're a little more coherent. They haven't been like drinking or anything, or if they have been, they're not like so far gone. And they were just kind of like, yeah, let's talk about it. So I felt like it was a good time to talk about it because it seemed more direct. Mind you, I have not seen this person in a very long time. Almost every time we've tried to plan, they back out. They do this kind of thing where they're like drunk planning, where it's like, oh, it sounds like a good idea, and let's like make these plans, but they don't really follow through. I have not seen any follow through. I can't tell you how many times they've kind of dropped the ball on plans, or they don't answer, or they're sick, or something breaks, or they don't have money. It's always like something, right? They're just not very organized with it, and so they want to be involved, and they're like, oh, like come over, and I'll drive you down because they want to go down too, or come over, we'll hang out, and I'll drive you to the station, and you can park at my place. If there's no free parking, at least it's free, and then I'll come pick you up. And I'm like, I don't trust that they're gonna pick me up. I don't trust that they're gonna be available to take me there. Yeah, I don't trust that they're gonna like to and from the station even. I don't trust that they're gonna remember or be solid with planning. And I especially don't trust that they're gonna drive me all the way down to San Diego. Um I mean they've already explained that their car isn't in good condition to drive down there. They've already explained that they don't have any money, so I don't see how that's gonna work. Um but in the midst of all that kind of fake planning, there was just a lot of like talking, and talking's fine. I didn't mind the talking, but it was like I was being talked at, I guess you could say. It wasn't like a conversation because she's like so belligerent isn't the word, but just like I would try to respond to something or comment on something, and they keep like talking and talking and talking. And it was like it was not a two-way conversation. It was a one-way conversation, similar to podcasting. It was basically as if it's like I'm the one talking, but it wasn't me. It was them talking, which is fine. I don't mind listening to people, but after a while, I was like, okay, I'm tired, and it was getting to be like 9 o'clock, and I was like, all right, well, it's time for me to go to bed. They just kind of kept going on and on for like another hour, and I don't. I mean, if you guys pay any attention to what I say about my schedules, I'm rarely up on a weekday past 10 p.m., like not trying to go to sleep yet. I hadn't taken any of the supplements that I take for sleep yet. Usually I take that around 9 p.m. And so I had to push everything to about 10 p.m. And I felt like it just wasn't easy to relax after having a really lengthy, stressful conversation like that. You know, They wanted to talk a lot in depth about politics and religion and, all the negative experiences with their family, which is fine. I don't mind people talking about their life, but it was like, what I'm trying to say is I've learned that it's not reliable. So I already know I'm going to save myself and not plan with this person. I'm going to plan with my San Diego friends, see when the most amount of people are available and when. And if this works out, I'll probably start doing more day trips. And I'll just plan and do a day trip and leave them out of it. If they really want to hang out, then I'll catch them on my way back up. Uh, Maybe we can grab some snacks once I'm back in Orange County for the night. We can chat a little bit in person, and then I'll drive myself home. And just keep it independent. I don't want to rely on anybody. I don't want to rely on this person. They have not yet, in years, proven themselves to be reliable in any of the planning we've ever done. Um, at all. At all. Like, none of it. I have not even seen them. And so, I mean, the only time they reached out to me is when they needed a ride over near where I live. And all of a sudden, they were like calling me up, like, hey, like, because it was convenient for them. And I kind of noticed that. They kind of like do this thing where they're like, oh, this is convenient for me. So now we can try to like make this kind of like plan or excuse to like hang out. And I think I found out that that didn't even end up going through, even though that was something they really wanted to go do. And I'm not trying to put people on blast. I'm just saying I'm protecting myself here. Imagine I make plans in San Diego. Maybe I buy tickets for an event or something. And I'm relying on somebody to give me a ride all the way down to San Diego. It's like 100 miles away. And I get the day before or a couple days before, we're confirming. Next thing I know, I haven't purchased my tickets for the train because they mentioned they were going to take me down. And the problem is with the train tickets is um they sell out. And so if I rely on them, I can't just last second if they bail on me be like, "Oh, I'm just going to take the train." So I would have to struggle and find a last second way to get all the way down to San Diego by a certain time because usually when you make plans to be somewhere, you've got somewhere to be at a certain time. So I'd have to plan by a certain time to be in San Diego, meet with these people, and I would have already had my ticket back, but I would have probably spent a lot of extra money, a lot of because last second tickets, if you can't even get them, they're gonna cost more, and I'd probably have to be really late getting down there, or just cancel altogether and hope that I can get a refund, which it's not easy to get refunds. I think there's like a 24 or 48 hour. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't looked into it for a while. I haven't taken the Amtrak in a while. Sorry, I don't know why my voice sounds like this. Um, but yeah, like just awake, kind of thinking it through, and I'm like, that was a little stressful. I probably shouldn't have taken that call on a weeknight. I didn't really think it through. I didn't think about who was the person on the other end of the line saying, "Hey, let's talk on the phone." I shouldn't have done it because I already know it past a certain hour not to talk to this person. Um, because um, they're just. I mean, I don't really have a problem with people drinking. It's just, you know, it's just exhausting. It's kind of like an exhausting. I spent basically almost 3 hours of my night. It was pretty exhausting. Um, I mean, I had another intense phone call on Saturday, and now it's like Tuesday. And that person who called me on Saturday, I think they accidentally dialed me the other day, like Monday or something, and I was almost just gonna be like, I don't even want to talk to them, like not in a mean way, but just I just don't have the energy. And then I took this call for which I didn't really have the energy, but I was like, kind of like, let me just see what's up. 'Cause I thought we were gonna like realistically plan, and then while this conversation is going on about politics and religion and all this kind of stuff, and then I started realizing we're not gonna plan this. We're not gonna plan it. You know, we made another plan to try to meet halfway. If this doesn't work out, and I kept trying to like look at my map and explain like where's halfway, because we live about maybe 30 miles apart. Like where's about 15 miles? And I was looking at things and trying to like explain like this is about halfway, like could you ever meet there kind of thing. Like they just weren't responding hardly at all, like to any of it. I don't think they responded at all. They were just talking about something else. It's just I don't know. I get annoyed easily, I guess. Um, just like a weeknight. I'm not really in party mode. Like I take my days pretty seriously, and I had plans tomorrow to be like, all right, gonna get back into delivering. I did good today. Went to the gym, mostly healthy, other than the brownie. But got into the gym today. My first workout. I'd say it's my first workout that counts of the year. I did go to the gym once in January, and that was not very helpful. But I think today's workout was more effective. Um, but I also didn't really eat a lot after the huge lunch that I had. I had like a bowl of cereal. Well, not even a full big bowl, but like a few bites of a bowl of cereal while I was talking to this person on the phone. Um, like I'm not starving myself. I'm just saying like I really didn't need to eat. I just needed like a snack, because I ate a really big late lunch. I was eating for like an hour. Um, I mean, I was kind of doing laundry in between too, but I was eating from like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock pretty much. So, or maybe a little less, like 1:15 to 2 o'clock or something. Or maybe even 3 o'clock. I don't remember. I think 2 o'clock. So, and I had a busy day. I had an appointment for an eye exam in the morning before I went to the gym. Then after that, I had to call some places for some other stuff of some stolen money that I'm trying to get resolved. And you know how that is when you're trying to call certain companies, they don't really answer the phone and all this kind of stuff. Like I had to like activate a whole new account, and the setup was really complicated. And so yeah, I dealt with all that and was kind of unwinding, and made the mistake of kind of taking a call from someone that I know not to take calls from late. It wasn't late, but it got late. It was like 6 something, but or maybe 7 something, I guess, and then it became like a little after 10 p.m. So yeah, I'm just gonna do what I need for myself. I mean, it sounds like it would be great to get a free ride one way and save a little bit of money, but I'd rather spend even 50 bucks more, if not 25 bucks more, um, 50 to 25 bucks more, just to make sure that my plans are solid as much as I can do on my end. I appreciate their offer. It's a nice gesture. I don't believe they're gonna follow through with it. Even if they do, it's faster for me to take the train than it is to drive in a car. Um, and I mean, I have a feeling they're not gonna make it anyway, so I'd rather just meet them when I come back. If I'm back early enough, around 7 or 8 p.m., we could just hang out and chat at their place or like somewhere near their place, and then I'll drive home and be home by like 10 or 11. To me, that sounds fine. I don't need, you know, I don't really need to risk it. It would be a really bad idea to risk it. I already risked it by taking the call. Not really, but I'm being extreme, I guess here. But the call was I forgot, honestly. I forgot that I don't talk to this person later because I didn't think that they would be in the state that they were. I just didn't think about it. I was like, okay, like they're kind of responding right away, so let's just talk. Like, what's the big deal? I thought we were just gonna talk exactly about the plans, and then it just went on multiple tangents. And I also entertained it. I mean, I could have just bounced early and been like, hey, I gotta go. But I kind of did want to catch up. But so I was like, I really don't have anything else that I'm doing tonight. But you know, that's on me too. I did push it too far and let it go too far. I said bye like at 9, but then continued to let the conversation go on till like 10. So, and I know usually the bye is usually an extra hour. So usually when I say I gotta go, I kind of keep on going. Um, and try not to be rude, but I'm like, I don't have to do, I don't, you know, have to. I think it's fine to give in to friends every now and then because I'm kind of like, I wasn't feeling that. Um, I was a little irritated in the beginning because we were kind of having a bit of a disagreement about something, but you know, I already know if you're talking politics or religion with someone and they're inebriated, it's like there's really no, um, I shouldn't really expect for that to be a very like intelligent conversation, you know. Um, I don't really like being bulldozed in conversations when somebody just keeps on going and going, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, when are you gonna stop, you know? And I don't mind people getting stuff off their chest, but just the energy behind it was maybe not what I needed for my night. I mean, I know that now because I'm up and a little irritated about it, but it's not that big of a deal. I think I've made my decision. I'm just gonna buy my ticket and get to and from by the train by myself. And if they want to meet me in San Diego, or if they want to hang out when I get back from San Diego, or if they want to meet on a different way halfway, on a different day halfway between our places, I'm willing to do any of those three options. Um, I'm not willing to do any other thing. Um, because I I don't know. Even if they are reliable, it's just not worth it trying to like worry if they're gonna follow through. Because I haven't seen it. I mean, I've known them for probably about a decade. And if they haven't followed through routinely in a decade, I should not put my trust in that. I would like for it to be true, maybe like some wishful thinking, but I'm not gonna follow through with it. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. I still do want to hang out though, and I still do want to talk, but we'll talk at an earlier time. I'm gonna have to remember that. Talk before they're drunk. They're drunk, and unless I'm drinking too, it's not that fun, honestly. So talk before they're drunk, and then um, try to plan in person. Um, but it's really hard to plan in person with people who can't afford anything ever. And I don't mind paying for stuff, but it's like I feel like the money can be better spent on like gas or something. It's like, so I don't know, but I don't know because we can't really make plans. because we can't really go anywhere because they can never meet. And I don't really go out that way. I don't really go to Orange County much. So, but I might start if I start doing day trips to San Diego. So, I don't know. Um, I kind of like the plan I've come up with because I'm not completely trying to blow them off. That's not my intention. It's not even that I don't want to see them. It's just that I don't want to rely on them. I know that I shouldn't rely on them because even if they do follow through, the drive on the road is longer than 2 hours from their house. And so the train is faster because it does stop a little bit, but it stops for like 5 minutes, like maybe once or twice, and then it picks people up real quick, but it doesn't have to deal with any traffic. So I don't think I really want to rely on, you know, someone to drive me. I really don't think that's gonna work for me. Um, because it wouldn't be any faster, really. And they're never on time. Like even on times when we used to go places and do stuff, they were always running late, like really late, like 20, 30 minutes late. And it's like, I can't do that. Like when I don't know, I'm not that much of a control freak, but I kind of just know it's not a good decision. Um, Probably why I'm up thinking about it because I'm like, I don't know. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and not hurt somebody's feelings, but honestly, they're gonna back out anyways. Like they're not seriously planning it, and if they are, they also don't have very good luck, and so I mean, I don't really want to call it luck, but it's like, you know, I don't think I don't think they're gonna fall through. I really don't think they will. It would be nice if they did, but I don't think they will. Um, so I'm gonna just do my own thing. Um, I wasn't really intending actually to make plans with them. I was just kind of venting about the prices, and I don't know if I had intended to mention that I was going to be in their county because they live there and because I wanted to meet. I don't know. I don't think I was like thinking about that. I was thinking more about I found another option. Um, so I don't really know, but I'm just gonna stick to plan A before they got involved and just explain, I'm just more comfortable doing my own thing. Let's hang out after or another day halfway. That, I mean, I'm not really worried about them getting offended. In all honesty, I think it's just easier on me. I'd rather just make sure I get where I need to get on time and not really have to rely on other people to be awake or if they have to run errands. Like, I don't know, some people aren't respectful of time, and I'm not like that bad about it if it's like 15, 20 minutes, okay, but it's like, I don't really want to go all the way wasting extra time on a long day. Um, I just don't think it's a good idea. Um, I've never even taken a trip with this person that distance, and I've never even um seen them in like a while now, and we have made plans to meet quite a few times. So I don't think I should trust them with like a bigger trip if we can't even meet within 30 miles away from each other. Um, I don't think that's gonna make any sense. Um, I mean, I've got other friends that live out that way, and I've seen them. One of them I've seen maybe once or twice, or maybe once downtown. The other ones I've seen maybe 2 to 3 times in the last like couple years. So I don't think, it's too much of an excuse, you know, to not be able to meet ever. Um, Within like 2, 3 years, I think a person should be able to figure out how to meet within less than 30 miles because I will meet people halfway or even meet all the way over near them. I think once I was actually going to drive to them and they didn't answer the phone to confirm the next day or whatever. And so, and then they answered like a couple days later. They were like, oh, sorry, like whatever the excuse was. There was some kind of an excuse, like they were charging their phone or it was off while it was charging. And I'm just like, for like a day, it was off when we already had plans. Like, you didn't think to like check, like, is your phone broken? You might need to get a new one. But things like that, where I'm like, okay, even if you were charging your phone, you should be able to respond within like 3 hours. And if you had remembered, you would have probably checked your phone and like said something. So, because I don't have the address, so I can't just drive there. So, I think they just forgot or just didn't want to do it. And I'm just kind of like, that seems to be a theme that they seem to forget or just don't respond. It's kind of more, actions speak louder than words. And this person is kind of all talk. Um, like we used to hang out like way back, but we kind of just can't make it work with like making plans. And I've been pretty angry with them at least once. I remember venting to another friend, being like, they totally canceled on our plans or whatever. And I remember saying that like I'm not gonna plan anymore with them until they're actively on the way to the plans of what we said we were gonna do. Um, I said I'm gonna wait till the day that they're actively in their car and we're driving towards meeting each other. That's what I told my other friend. It's like I'll believe it then, because all these other times it hasn't worked out to that extent. So I think I've got my answer. um, I mean, even if they do follow through with it, I'm fine just taking the train. Like, I'm gonna have the company once I get to San Diego. And if this friend wants to hang out once we're back, you know, a little more centrally, then, you can just do that. It's probably more convenient. I don't like stacking too many things anyways, so I'd rather just do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that decision. Um, Now that I've got like a solid plan, kind of hard for me to sleep when I've got stuff like pending, and I'm just like, man, like, I gotta figure this stuff out. Um, yeah, but I want to check with some other friends if they're gonna be free. I should actually be getting like pumped up for San Diego and not like worrying about this whole transportation thing. It's not worth worrying about because I've got a plan. So I'm just gonna drive myself to the train, take the train down, take the train back up, drive myself home. That's simple. I'm not gonna deal with any other in between stuff. Um, and I'll try to stack some plans while I'm down there. Um, it would be nice, ideally, to get there around 11 or 12 and have to like at least like 5 or 6 to hang out, and then take a train up around like 6 or so and be back to my car around 8. That would be pretty nice. It's a full day, it's long, but it's like I think I could manage that. It wouldn't be too bad. Um, it's not like I'm doing it every weekend. It would be nice to do it every weekend, but um, I feel like the Ubers are gonna cost between Ubers and food. That's gonna be twice the amount of like maybe even 3 times the amount of the food. I mean, of the train ticket. So I might actually pay close to $50 on Ubering, depending who I'm meeting and where. If we're meeting somewhere like La Jolla, I mean, that's not close to the station where I'm trying to be. I'll try to come into Old Town, and Santa Fe Station is really not that much closer to anything. Like, they're just a few, like maybe 5-10 minutes apart. Like, they're not that far apart. So, um, yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I'm, I don't think it's gonna be like that bad. Um, I'll probably stress a little bit about it like the first time I do a trip like that. Even though I've done it before, but usually I just use Ubers. I don't drive my own car to get to and from the station. I usually Uber to or from the station. That's the only difference. And so, yeah, I would be driving some, but I mean, I've driven to and from Orange County like multiple times, so it's not that big of a deal. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. As far as Valentine's Day, I have no clue what I'm gonna get up to because I don't even know how much energy I'm gonna have. I was actually gonna do deliveries, and yeah, that was my plan. See if I get any feedback too, and work on my website. I have some work I want to put in on it. Um, Work on some advertising. I was gonna do that. Um, Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe like plan it. Well, not tomorrow. I mean today technically. Maybe plan it. I might plan it. Kind of put a game plan together with some advertising. Um, if I can't do deliveries at the time I want, I like to do like 10:30 to like 12:30 or like 2 or something. But if I can't do that, I'll do like 2 to 5 maybe. I could probably push to even like 5:30 because it's still a little bit light out. That's probably all I'm gonna do. Maybe watch a movie with my mom, eat some food, either lunch or dinner. Maybe I'll just stay home. I don't really care. Um, I don't really have any like significant plans to go out or anything. So, and I'm fine with it. I don't really want to be like spending a lot of money for Valentine's Day. I'd rather make money. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with things. I think it's going to be a pretty good day. Maybe I should treat it like a holiday because it is one kind of. It's kind of a fake one, but I don't know. I mean, I guess to some extent, all holidays are kind of fake, right? I guess you can kind of like commemorate whatever you so choose. So, I don't know. Yeah, Tuesday had a whole lot of like stuff going on. When I think of it, I'm like, it felt like it wasn't a busy day. It was a busy day. It was a full day. Did laundry, everything. So, um, I mean, I took it easy Monday, even though I thought I wasn't gonna take it easy. And now here I am again, um, for Wednesday. So it's not all negative. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm like suffering over here because I'm not. I'm just, you know, a little bit like my energy is a little too heightened. I mean, I could get off YouTube, stop podcasting, stop watching videos and like go to bed. Like that's an option too. I've been popping some little melatonin chewables and stuff, and I am feeling kind of sleepy though, but I don't know. Sometimes I stay up and it's my own fault, and I've kind of passed that point where it's like it's kind of my own fault at this point. Um, it's kind of been my own fault the whole time, actually. I could have been, if I wanted to sleep at my normal time, I could have been way more strict about getting off the phone early. Um, because I already mentioned it and then I kind of went back on it, and that's just me. Um, so I don't know. It's not a big deal though. Like, I do like to talk to my friends, it's not that I don't want to talk to them. And I know that sometimes I'm the annoying friend, and so, people put up with me. We've all got our faults. Like, I'm not the most, you know, short-winded person to talk to either. So, and I don't think they were intentionally doing this. I think they mean well. I do think they mean well. I just think they're not very organized to realize that they just can't really make plans. And when we're talking on the phone and it's late, you're drunk, it's just kind of not, you know it's not always the most fulfilling conversation on both ends. Like, maybe it was fulfilling on their end. I hope so, at least, because I put a lot of energy into that conversation. But I don't know if it was energy that I really had to give. Saturday, I know I gave energy I didn't have to give. I didn't have in me to give, and I did it anyways. I kind of depleted myself, and I will do that a little bit for friends. And it's not like it's every day, so I'm grateful for the friends I have. I love them, I really do. I try to let them know that, but I'm also easily annoyed. That's not easy for me. You know, in a way, I choose to be annoyed because I put myself in the situations. I didn't have to take the call. I didn't have to talk on the phone. I didn't have to talk on the phone that long. I didn't have to talk about the majority of those subjects. I didn't have to entertain it. I could have cut the conversation in like 30 minutes and been like, we're really not getting anywhere. And just been like, all right, good night, kind of thing. And got on with my night on my own and slept early and just left it. Um, but we'll see. I'm, um, um, I don't know. I'm gonna just like chill, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do anything too too crazy for Valentine's Day. Like, especially because I'm up so late already. Um, I think I should just stay home. Or if I do go out, not for more than like a couple hours, because I do like going out, especially when the weather's so nice. Um, but I mean, I think all this kind of method that I'm using for my day. There has been a lot of self care today. I did get the gym done. I did eat okay. You know, treated myself maybe with a brownie. But other than that, I ate decently well. And I felt pretty good most of the day. I wasn't really irritated most of the day, probably because I went to the gym and had a good workout. And I don't think I slept very good last night either, but I kind of got through the day. And I may have potentially had a little bit too much caffeine. The C4 didn't really negatively get to me earlier. Um, I had a little bit of C4, like a fourth of a can. It's like 50 milligrams worth of caffeine. Um, which was, and I took it kind of late, like almost like 11 o'clock a.m. So that was good, you know. It led to a good workout. Got home, ate a good, big, giant meal that lasted me the majority of the day. I did get to catch up with a friend that I care about. I'd be excited to see them if we could make something work out. I just don't want to get frustrated in the planning process because they're really frustrating to plan with. And I already know that, so I don't even need to even like entertain like kind of thinking about it much longer. Um, and I got to do what's best for myself. You know, that's how I love myself. You know, is to not put myself into situations where I know I'm going to be completely annoyed and have my plans ruined and be able to get like, you know, irritated and annoyed by somebody else that can't plan. You know, they can't. They can't. Even when we've done simple plans, it didn't work good. So, um, that's fine. Like the best plan we ever had was hanging out at their place. That's easy for them. So I need to make it more convenient and not have to put too many moving parts into it because I don't think they can do it. I really don't think they can. And that's okay, you know? Like I'm good at planning, they're good at other stuff that I'm not good at. You know, I'm not good at that kind of stuff. Some of the things they have to put up with, there's no way I'd be able to like deal with that kind of stuff. And you know, we've all got our weaknesses, we've all got our strengths, and you know, I'm trying to like do good by do good, do good for myself, and do things I need for myself. I do need to get more social and interact more often, and so I think I'm gonna do that. Somebody did invite me to go to Long Beach, but I kind of want to go to San Diego just because, you know, my friend's moving. So I'm gonna try and at least make it down, even if they don't confirm they're available. Like, hey, I tried, I came to town. Um, can't really do much more than that. Um, I yeah, it'll be cool to see everybody or see who's even gonna be available. Some of my friends I haven't seen since September, guys. September. Then I got all like sick in October, and then all super sick in December, and then injured, and it's just been a long ride. Um, but I think I'm finally able to do, you know, do stuff. So I should do more this year. The year's already flying by. You know, we're already going to be in March in just a couple weeks, and so we're already halfway through the month. Because there's 28 days. So yeah, guys. Um, so for Valentine's Day, if you're celebrating singles awareness, you know, be single, be aware, gain some awareness for your own self. I feel like I gained some awareness today. It just takes a long time to like get to a place where I'm like, all right, this is what's best for me, without stepping on anybody's toes, you know, just doing what I think is best. Um, for my own planning and my own fun and joy and having good things to look forward to and being able to connect with people that I value staying connected to. And being able to be there for people even if I might get annoyed by the method by which they need me to be there for them. If it's not every day, I can spare some time and energy for people I love. Um, that's one way to show it. It can be a little rough on me, but that's kind of how I show it is I give of myself. I'm not going to be doing it all the time every day. I've got to feed my own self too. But all right, guys, happy Valentine's Day.